Hello you beautiful lot and welcome back to the channel.
Coming up.
I forgot to loosen the wheel nuts. I'm having a midlife crisis. Who's had all the donuts? Proper crack me head up. Why wouldn't it? Mrs. Elwood's pickles. But I'm waiting on the postman bringing the rebuild kit. If you're a regular viewer, you know the drill. Gonna move the daily, push the yoga outside, jack her up and crack on. I'm having a midlife crisis, so I'm gonna lower the focus and I'm gonna tint the rear lights. I've got some focus. I've got some Lawrence Springs there. Hello. Got them for Christmas, I've just never got round to fitting them. So is that something you'd like to see on the channel, the focus suspension being done? I wasn't going to bother putting it on the channel, but a few people have said some people might like to see that. Let us know. Right, jacked her up and wheels off. I forgot to loosen the wheel nuts before I jacked her up, so thank goodness for power bars. I've got an impact battery wrench as well. I don't know why I don't just use that. I don't know. So we're going to make brake lines for the two front brakes. We're going to give the suspension a clean up. Just going to replace the two hard lines, and I've got two new flexies to go on as well. Let's start with that. Doing it the opposite way around to the way I wanted to do it, but I'm waiting on the postman bringing the rebuild kit. So hopefully that will show up for this video. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman, look and see if there's a rebuild kit that you beg for me. Got some new release oil here. Some double TT. Double TT? Is that a double T on there, or is that saying double TT? Would that make it double 4 T's? I don't know, I've never seen this stuff before. So we're going to lube up all the brake fittings with the TT flavour release oil. Have a cup of tea and then come back. Smells nice and anyway. Don't think I should be inhaling it though. Smells peachy. Right, going to drain the brake fluid out of the master cylinder now. I don't know what you'd like to drain your brake fluid into, but I like to drain mine into an empty jar of Mrs. Elwood's pickles. Of course the brake flexi took an hour to take off. Why wouldn't it? Now I've spent a long time trying to get that off because I really wanted to save this nut, which I want to reuse, just in case you kind of get a hold of them, you know what I mean? I've done a quick internet search, I kind of find these ones. But you know what it's like on this car for bolts, nuts and bolts. So I used a 5/16 socket on the end of an extension and the old mole grips on there because I completely round off straight away, and an hour later with some perseverance it's off. Never give up, people. Meant to do that. This one here, that's not coming out without a fight. Holy hell, this one's coming out alright. No one breathe. I get it now, it is the opposite of what I say. Every nut and bolt on this car is going to be difficult to get off. Who's had all the donuts?
I eating the Oreo one.
Hey. Proper cracked me head off the garage door. Didn't have it open wide enough. I was running out to get my phone, so I didn't catch it on video for your entertainment. I think I'm alright though. So let's crack on lowering this Mark II Golf. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Right, I've been having to play with the brake pipe flavouring machine again, and I've actually read the book. My brain's not too good at reading instructions but I've given it a go this time. So, I've been having to practice convex SEA flare, concave SAE flare. So it's a convex one that comes from the master cylinder down to a concave one that goes into the flexi. Let's make that one up first. These are the longer brake ferrules that go into the brake calipers, and they're imperial. But there's shorter ones that go into the master cylinder, and that's them ones, but these are metric, these ones. I don't know if these are the right ones I'm meant to be using on that one, but let's give it a go, and if it leaks, we'll do it again. Just took a measurement of the old pipe to see how much pipe I'm going to cut off, because I want to keep that shape, because I'm just going to try and replicate that. Right, so we're going to make a convex end coming from the cylinder with a shorter ferrule on it, going down to a concave end, a female imperial fitting to the brake flexi. Don't forget to put the imperial female bit on before you flare the end of it. Done that before. Going to try and shape it to the other bit of pipe that I've got now, the original one that came off the car. So that's a shorter ferrule with a new brake cable into the master cylinder leading down to the flexi with a bracket. I'll show you that 2 seconds. And there's my new brake line leading into the bracket there, and I've got the retaining nut and one of these, what are these called again? A shake anti-loosening washer or something, anti-shaky washer. One of them on there, and then the retaining nut, and then the female ferrule to go onto there. I'll tighten that up in a minute. There we go, going to tighten that up. Nice new brake line running all the way down from the master cylinder, through there, down here, into there, into the clamp, round here, and into there. And I'll put the dust cap on the end of it to stop any crap getting in it, ready for the caliper going on. It's now the next day, still no sign of Mr. Postman with my rebuild kit. So I'm going to carry on and crack on making the brake line for the left hand side. I'll have to disconnect it from the clamp on the wheel first, like, won't I? Oh, like butter. This is what I used to get the brake lines off: an 11mm pipe spanner, 15mm pipe spanner, a 9/16 socket to get the retaining nuts off the brake line on a ratchet, 15mm for the female brake ferrules, and 11mm for the male brake ferrules. These are pipe spanners. These are Werkzeug. They're nice, and anyway, I like them. Weirdly, it's sunny as out, and it's just started raining, but that's not going to stop us. So I used a bit of string to measure this, because I want to keep that. I'm going to replicate the shape of that. I used a bit of string to follow that to measure for cutting my copper pipe. And now I'm going to make the brake line for the passenger side. Still no sign of my rebuild kit. Welcome to the Making Brake Lines channel. I made the pipe just a little bit longer, just in case, you know, I had to make any mistakes or had to change the ferrules while they're on the car. I'm glad I did, because when making this flare, I forgot to put the ferrule on the pipe. There we go, single flare, which is convex SAE, and double flare for where it goes onto the female one, which is concave SAE. Basically single flare and double flare. Now I'm going to try and replicate the shape of that. I'm no brake line expert. And there we go. I need to invest in some of them brake pipe bending pliers. And that's my new brake line there for the passenger side one. One across the back there following the other one. And into the new brake fitting there. Round here. I've got the cap on in it in case any crap gets into it. Ready for the calipers going on. I've just given the suspensions and discs a good wire brushing and a blowout with the air compressor, as you can see. And now I'm going to give the suspension a good clean up with this Stup heavy duty parts cleaner and this Genolite rust remover. Again, no affiliation. Send us a free one. That wasn't cheap, that, like, it was 20 quid for that bottle. Starting to rain again. Ah, well, she's already wet now. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of upcoming videos on sorting the bodywork out. And it's sunny again. Still no sign of me rebuild kit. Give both sides a good spraying with that Genolite stuff a couple of times and brake parts cleaner. Give it a wire brushing. It's not too bad of stuff. You'd have to use more elbow grease and a lot more of it, like. We'll see how shiny I can get them in a future video. The hub nuts are nice and shiny. Yeah, hub nut covers and anyway. But yeah, it's going to be some fun footage when I come to replace the bushes on these. Even the bushes have got bushes. Right, I'm just going to rebuild the suspension really quickly here. There we go. Rust-Oleum, rust converter, rust primer. Direct to rust. Give it some protection in anyway for now. At least it doesn't look like it's just been pulled out of a swamp anymore. Well, still no sign of the caliper rebuild kit. We'll have to do that in the next video, but that's the front brake lines done and the front brake flexes and suspension give a bit of a clean up. If you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and support the channel. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I give up doing that. Broke me camera stand. Ha! Blah, blah, blah.
Behind your frozen eyes, skies are hate and laughter make me feel just one more thing than and even though that I despise the thing you're after.